Hello, all. Welcome to our podcast series. This is Haripriya from Education Redesign. Let's begin with a quick overview of Education Redesign, and then we'll be introducing our guest, follow up with our podcast discussion. Education Redesign is a non-profit organization dedicated to improve education and openly propagate its recommendations, frameworks, curriculum, and courseware and professional development. On On a worldwide basis, we are answering the questions why, what, how education for the age of AI. AI endeavors to explore the crossroads of education, technology, economics, society, human behavior, philosophy, and curriculum innovation to understand the essential shifts and needed to prepare learners for worldwide driven by artificial intelligence. Its focus on relevant of education brings together international organizations, governments, academic institutes, corporations, and non-profits education. As part of this podcast series, we have Dr. Sireesha Rodda, is a professor in Department Computer Science and Engineering at GITAM University. She earned her BTech and PhD in CSC from Andhra University and an MS in Computer Science from University of Oklahoma, USA. With over 22 years of teaching experience, she has authorized more than 50 research publications in reputed journals and conferences. She has successfully completed funded research and consultancy projects totally 80 lakhs rupees and has guided 7 research scholars to their PhDs and in their field of machine learning. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Haripriya, for the wonderful introduction.
Thank
Um,
you, ma'am.
Good day,
We'll
everyone.
be we'll be starting with our questions now, ma'am.
Sure, thank you.
We see at this point in the discussion is all the world is all about AI, whether it is education or healthcare, etc. In that basis, why do you think we should educate humans for future where AI may replace most of the jobs?
Okay. Um, just to set the context,
Yeah.
I was associated with Education Redesign initially
Yes,
when I
ma'am.
was invited for a preliminary discussion on how to transform education at a fundamental level. uh, while at the same time considering the rapid advances in the AI technology. So I was quite impressed by their vision and commitment to this cause. So this has naturally led to this second interaction through a podcast. I'm quite grateful for the opportunity. Proceeding to your question, um, why is education important even now in the in the era of artificial intelligence and its advancements? Um, I think AI technologies is doing a great job now. While involving deep technologies, deep learning technologies, or GPT-powered transformers, GPTs, whatever we call them,
Yeah.
they are actually automating very complex tasks.
Yes.
I do agree that AI technologies are um, automating many tasks that earlier humans could do very in a very rapid pace. They are now able to process and interpret large amount of data, generate language, generate text, even identify scientific patterns like identify biological markers in drug discovery. I think AI technology is doing a great job. But this brings us to the fundamental question. Given AI, how is education still important and how we must try to transform conventional learning to something that is enabled by AI? I should say that AI has progressed quite a bit right now, but the heart of the education is centered around human traits. I think AI is still to catch up with those
Yes. Yeah.
characters like creativity, empathy, ethics, especially at this point that AI cannot replicate. So these are certain characteristics that we must be focusing. From the learner's perspective, uh, lifelong learning and adaptability are the keys to a successful profession. Just thinking that the skills that the a newly passed out graduate is possessing is enough to sustain an entire career would be very innocent, if you ask me. So lifelong learning, the people should be continually able to update their skills, cultivate creativity, um,
Absolutely.
absorb emotional intelligence
Yeah.
that AI models do not possess. Um, Even when you consider the universities, now they are trying to improve the curriculum so as to promote multidisciplinary skills. We
Yeah.
must include subjects, courses that involve human AI interaction, prompt engineering, and subjects like that. Importantly, some skills such as AI literacy,
Yeah.
critical
Human
thinking.
values, everything.
Exactly. So, critical thinking
Yeah.
must be acquired by the students who are preparing to have a successful career while working with AI. We should not think of AI as a adversary. Rather, the student should learn to work with AI and harness the power of AI. Even at a societal level, the governments at our national level,
Like
even
you
at
mean
international.
AI should be complementing rather than competing with it.
Yes, Saripriya, I really believe so. There is a lot of fear mongering
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
among the society in general that AI can replace jobs.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
Like layoff has been going on everywhere. Like big companies like Amazon, Google. What is your take in that, ma'am?
This is quite unfortunate if you ask me, but we have to adapt to situations. Like many say, change is the only constant in our life. So
Yes.
we must continue to adapt ourselves. There is no point in looking at AI or trying to restrain it. I believe that working with AI is the right way to go to achieve better things in life. Earlier on, discovering a drug before the advent of AI used to take years. Now,
Yeah.
thanks to AI technology, drugs are discovered, worked upon at a biomedical level at a very faster pace. So the students must learn to work with AI rather than compete against AI.
Complete. Yeah. As you also answered my next question, ma'am, what is the one thing education can give a human that AI can never replicate it?
So I think AI is technologically advanced, but at the same time, the domain knowledge, most of the domain knowledge is not converted to be processed by AI directly.
Hmm.
The human intervention is still required to feed the information to AI in the right format or to decipher AI outputs to make sense of the outputs and provide them to the consumers in the right sense.
Absolutely.
Um, so, although quite a lot of scientific breakthrough has happened with the help of AI. Um, the education can, as I mentioned earlier, has to inculcate the process of curiosity among learners.
Yes, ma'am.
A process of curiosity and creative thinking using which the learners can uncover something that methodical searching of AI methodologies cannot find. So, the ability to rationalize concepts, the ability to think through things in a logical manner must be inculcated by the students. along with the sciences or technology related aspects. Uh, Please.
Uh, Moving forward to the next question, ma'am. If we want students to really develop a new skill that can make human unique, what do you think schools should change the way they teach or testing methods?
Okay. Okay. Uh, the Because I'm a teacher myself, I would like
Yeah,
to put my ideas forward from a teacher's
yeah, yes,
perspective.
ma'am.
I think first of all, the pedagogy must undergo a transformation.
Yeah, ma'am,
Uh,
absolutely.
the learning must not be in a unidirection as a lecture, but the learning should be comprehensive in nature, and it should involve experiential learning where the students get to work with technologies, get hands-on experience. Maybe they could go with events such as hackathons or
Yeah.
work on projects rather
Mm.
than submitting assignments, or we can actually modify the curriculum so that it is personalized based on the different learning needs of the students. We cannot look at all the students in the same,
Mm.
measure them all with the same
Yeah.
yardstick. So maybe we can look at the changing, differing needs of the students and provide a personalized learning platform using which the students can learn at their own pace based on their interests and the skills that they can excel on. Having said this, uh, basic literacy on AI is important. If you ask me, basic understanding of deep learning, basic understanding of transformers and GPTs might be necessary to provide information to the AI technologies and to decipher the outputs correctly or in the way we expect. Apart from that, as I mentioned, uh, 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 ethics, the consideration of ethics in usage of data, and
Yes.
trying to avoid bias in the output. Uh, you know, uh, Several things may be done. Like I mentioned, human AI collaboration about how we make conversation with the AI
Yeah.
tools, provide information to the AI tool, and understand the outputs provided by the AI tool back. Uh, there is lot of requirement for promoting interdisciplinary domains at this case. Gone are the time when students have been preparing for standalone specializations. Now, depending on the changing needs of the society, we may have to fuse important technologies like merging AI with healthcare, merging
Yeah.
AI with law, or AI for businesses,
Mm.
enterprises. Okay, so the idea is to design support systems which help in further development of AI while creating jobs, sustainable jobs for students. At the same time, at the citizen level, not just at the learner level, I think all the people must have basic awareness of cyber security
Yeah.
and data privacy. The extent with which we share our information with AI technologies must be understood both at the user level as well as the developer level. Uh,
Yes.
if, if you ask me, the National Education Policy 2020 works towards the same. So it envisages a curriculum that has not only computational thinking, but it promotes multidisciplinary learning also.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, as we are talking about the curriculum, AI is becoming part of our life in every aspect. Like it was changing our way of work and how we learn. Like, how do you think we should change? Like, we should redesign the global curriculum to decide the knowledge of our students.
That is an excellent question, Haripriya. lot of our students who try to obtain admission into uh, um, programs like artificial intelligence or
Yeah.
data sciences face the same questions. I think curriculum redesign must be done, that is mandatory, but the way we do it must be holistic in nature. So, I think initially adaptive learning technologies, adaptive learning platforms must be provided. Based on the speed with which the students learn, the curriculum should be adaptively providing information or knowledge to the students. So this is what should be done at the individual teacher or student centric level. If you look at the curriculum, some important subjects like artificial intelligence or fundamentals of machine learning must be incorporated not only at the university level but should start
School,
from the school
school
level.
level itself. Yeah.
So, not only that, as I mentioned, information about cybersecurity or the ethical usage of data, computational thinking, absolutely coding, and
Mm.
other aspects must be considered. So, the idea is not to create service providers, which we as Indians are very famous for, but rather develop students into innovators, job
Yeah.
creators through the use of AI technologies.
That's really great point, ma'am. Like, who should be setting the guardrails, ma'am, for AI in education? Is it a government or educators or an students or a tech companies?
I think a single person cannot set the
Guidelines.
boundaries for
Mm.
which AI technologies must be working. If you ask me personally, I think AI technologies are growing at a faster pace. It becomes very difficult for us to set restraints on it. At this point, government faces the largest responsibility in devising an inclusive AI policy that should be and awareness must be created by the government to every stakeholder, be that regular citizens of the government or students or companies. Everyone must abide by these AI policies. So this is still evolving in nature. Comprehensive AI policy must be set forward by the government. That must not only promote technology, it should also promote inclusivity to include every sphere of people. Also, there must be equality on a digital level, and it should empower every stakeholder on this AI literacy. So, not only this, if you consider, if we talk from the learner's point of view, Mm, gone are the time when the students have to listen to lectures and write exams to pass
Yeah.
courses. Now it is imperative that the students learn through hands-on exercises such as collaborative projects
Mm. Yeah.
or develop interdisciplinary skills, especially work with industry internships. So the industry is the one which is making lot of progress, abreast with the changes in the AI technologies. So the education and industry must go hand in hand in shaping the students' future. So maybe establishing some of the universities have already started upon this,
Yes, ma'am.
establishing AI labs or startup culture has been
Yeah.
picking up these days. Organizing hackathons or having partnerships with universities so that our students get exposure to the industry grade projects. So these are some initiatives that must be taken at the level of every stakeholder. So, not only are we talking about individuals like learners, just citizens who are looking for employment, we should look at policy development at the government level, or the drafting of the right curricula, or handshaking with the industry, making partnership with the industry. All of them will together contribute to a safer career for the students.
Right, ma'am. You mean like in from the schooling level itself, we should include AI in every aspect of their lives.
Yes, that is
That's
true.
true, ma'am.
Please.
Yeah. Uh, Coming to the next question, ma'am. As learning becomes more self-taught and skill-based, how can human actually learn to work with AI instead of replacing by it?
Now you're asking me a question that I don't like. You are asking whether AI can replace teachers. Fundamentally speaking, earlier on we have all relied on the knowledge of teachers to learn because the other resources were absent. Now there are myriad of innumerable resources using which students can learn. Although the role of a conventional teacher must go, the teacher must transform themselves to be a facilitator while providing more than lectures to the student. So I'm talking about all these aspects that I mentioned earlier, enabling the students to do industry grade projects, rather than just learning a concept, visualizing that concept by changing it into a project, or help the students obtain internships with industry so that they are ready for industry on the day they graduate.
Yes.
So it is really a good precedent that the students can now be self-taught, in that they can look beyond the box and look beyond the domain that they are learning from, or the program that they are learning from. At the
Yeah.
same time, the right guidance from the university through right curriculum, or the pedagogically trained teachers who can guide the students in the right direction, can actually make learning with AI
Mm.
more beneficial than conventional learning.
Yeah. That's great point, ma'am. How do you think like teaching should change so that students really understand the learning better instead of just following the old traditional classroom methods, ma'am?
Like you mentioned, the traditional learning methods have
Yeah.
to go. The unilateral teaching has to make way for multilateral teaching. The first step is to train all the teachers, at school level and university level alike,
Mm.
on AI literacy, how the AI tools work. And the teachers must learn to innovate in their pedagogy, their style of teaching. Not only is it about delivering instruction face to face, they should be enabler in that they provide experiential kind of learning to the students. Not only teaching them technological advances, the teachers must enable creativity among students, or the ability to think logically, critically analyze the outputs that are provided by AI, so that the students are ready to work in the presence of AI, work with AI hand in hand. In fact, our national education policy of Government of India, proposed in 2020, tries to enable this kind of digital awareness. The idea is to promote education where learner is the center of the word. It's a learner-centric education that that improves on that tries to enable problem solving and critical thinking, rather than just thinking of AI, rather than just relying on AI to teach
Yeah.
as it is. We must actually provide a personalized learning environment. Like I said, all the students don't have the same interests, or all the students do not have the same learning speeds. So
Yeah.
personalized learning platforms must be provided. So fundamental changes must be done in the way the teacher looks at the curriculum and also delivers them.
Yeah, ma'am. That's a really great point, ma'am. As we see, AI is reshaping the job market, ma'am. What does the future employment of human employment look like?
Okay, now here comes the bomb. You have been mentioning the
Future of employment.
yes, the recent firing of employees, which
Yeah.
is um, very unfortunate. Um, Everyone attributes it to the development of AI. Now, most of us know that AI can automate tasks. So, with time, AI has become quite developed that it is able to automate complicated tasks, scientific tasks that were
Yeah.
otherwise the domain of humans. So, so I think in the recent future, we are looking not only at technological jobs, we are looking at technological jobs which are laced with uh, creativity or strategic roles. Or which have ethical considerations rather than just technology based that can be easily replaced by AI. While learning about technology, we need to learn about ethics in the presence of AI, understand how to provide our information to AI models through prompt engineering, or the ability to understand or the outputs provided by the AI models, and make the output interpretable and understandable to the consumers. Also, by you know uh, learning the skills of human AI collaboration, interaction to and fro.
Yeah.
uh, for learners, I think continuous learning, lifelong learning is the key. So we must continue to equip ourselves with the ever changing skills, micro credentials, short term courses. All these things must be enabled. Even India is supporting this transformation, where a research oriented education must be provided, and the adaptability to changing needs of the industry must be inculcated in the students during their education.
Yeah, ma'am. As we are also talking about entry level jobs are replaced, do you think traditional degree is still important for us?
I think degrees are still relevant, in that the way the education is imparted must be evolved, but the degrees are still relevant. Students must actually be looking for interdisciplinary programs
Yes.
where they combine deep learning or machine learning capabilities with other domains like social sciences,
Yeah.
law, business, while learning concepts of ethics. Like I mentioned, communication with AI tools. Especially obtaining practical exposure through doing industry grade projects. I think internships are a great way to keep themselves up to date. Even our national education policy is promoting vocational learning, where the students learn to obtain jobs. They are made job ready graduates. So we must learn to work in a hybrid AI human environment. So, if we include all these changes, I think it's a great road ahead for the students to obtain careers. So, the traditional job roles may go, which require only automation, but I foresee an interdisciplinary kind of jobs where the human emotional intelligence and creative thinking interlaced with the computational power of AI will give rise to new job era.
Okay. Like what practical skills should graduate students focus on to be future ready, ma'am?
So, as I mentioned, it is lifelong learning.
Learning, yeah.
Through education, during their course of study, we must inculcate the process of the lifelong learning for the students. That whatever technologies they learn may be time limited, and they should be acquiring their skills based on the need to keep them afloat with the advances in AI. Um, I think we are looking at an adaptive kind of education for the AI era, where every one of the stakeholders must come together, be that learners or educators, even universities, along with governments, to create a synergy so that we can work in a uh, symbiotic way with the AI tools.
Like we are seeing like AI is changing every single day, ma'am. Like what do you think students should do to keep up these fast changings and stay relevant to the future?
Okay. So, typical the first thing that has to be done is not from the student's point of view, but rather from the institution level. The institution or the universities must keep track of the changing needs of the industry and keep updating, refining their curriculum so that the students who pass out are, industry ready and ready
Yeah.
for the jobs that are there. So I think the first step must be taken by the universities, and the students must refrain from looking at degrees just from the GPA or percentage point of view, and move beyond to look at learning in its literal value. So, learning is actually not only learning the concept but implementing it through a practical approach, making a product or designing a project or collaborating with an industry, maybe through the department, to the institution, or their own relation. Forge an industry institution partnership and work and internships. Be Most of the industries identify their burning problems and they actually put them through to the student community as hackathons. It becomes very important for the students to be involved in such hackathons, to understand the industry problems. So, always learning goes beyond traditional classroom based learning. So, I think students must learn to develop work with projects, work with industry. Do not shy away from participating in hackathons to keep them ready the minute they graduate.
Like you're saying, like students should learn AI from now onwards so that they can be ready for the future.
Yes, and I mean, yes, the awareness. So the awareness of AI must start early on in the childhood,
Yeah.
right from the school upwards to the university. At the same time, we require the governments also, like you mentioned, should any guardrails be put
Yeah.
for AI.
Education,
So
yeah.
we come at in news every now and then how data privacy is being breached. Virtual assistants listening in on to our conversations on phone or
Yeah.
whatever transactions we make on our digital transactions we make. So government should set some AI policies to put guardrails, and so that it doesn't intrude into the privacy of the citizens. I think we have challenging times ahead. I mean, it's very difficult to foresee how AI will manifest in the near
Yeah.
future. The only way we can equip ourselves is to be ready with the right skill set, the um, to be brave enough to adapt to the changing industry needs, to start working with the industry and its problem statements, whether that is through industry institute collaboration or hackathons, right at their student age.
Thank you, ma'am. Like, if you had talked to a graduate now, what advice would you give to help them to be employed through their career in the age of AI?
Thank you. I have had more than 20 years of experience. Uh, 20 years ago, when I worked on autonomous robot navigation, my master's, I used to wonder when this is going to become a reality. Now we have, self-driven cars going around.
Yeah.
We have drones which are intelligent, which are flying around, which are actually plucking apples from orchards and whatnot. So technology is advancing at a rapid pace, even more so rapidly in the presence of artificial intelligence. It is naturally very disappointing and worrisome for the students to see a career in the place of AI. I would suggest to the students to look at AI as an opportunity rather than a challenge. There are a lot of open opportunities, but the students must have the courage to think beyond conventional learning, to be able to foresee the changing needs of the industry and to equip themselves. And they should understand that their learning should not stop the minute they cross the portals of the university. This learning has to be lifelong for them to have a sustainable career and a happy career.
Finally, ma'am, what kind of jobs do you think we truly exist in the age of AI?
I think most of the jobs that can be automated easily by AI could go. Now, every time we visit a website, the customer care is virtually not present. We
Yeah.
are usually redirected to virtual assistants.
AI,
Not
yeah.
only websites, even if we, have to talk to customer care over food delivery apps or
Yeah.
wherever, the traditional BPO industry is slightly moving away. The jobs may reduce in that directions. Everything that can be automated by AI will go eventually. So it's not enough for the students to learn technology. They must learn how AI tools are working. So deeper understanding of deep learning, machine learning, how to provide prompts to the AI tools, how to understand the outputs provided by the AI tools and harness them for the development of the industry, business, whatever. And the student must be continuously working with industry grade projects. And the mark should not be a criteria for a student to obtain a good career after they graduate.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining today's podcast. It was great having you here. We
Thank
will,
you, Haripriya.
yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.